one of my roommates and our very good friend just built us this second raised bed to match the first, which I am so excited about. And today we're gonna take on the project of filling it. The method that we use to fill them is sort of a layered method. So you start with some cardboard, some wood, branches, things that are gonna take up some space and sort of naturally decompose. I'm gonna throw this cardboard egg carton in there. So we're gonna fill it up like halfway to 3/4 of the way with that organic material. And then we're gonna fill the rest of it with a mix of compost and some topsoil. So we're gonna be using that mix on top, and this way you don't have to use as much soil to actually fill up the bed. I'm so excited about this project today. So we're gonna fill it up, and then I'm gonna start thinking about, and in the next few minutes, I'm gonna start planning and thinking about what we wanna do for our fall garden. So we're in early September right now. I wanna start thinking about what kind of fall plants we want to get in our garden. So maybe some broccoli, potentially some Brussels sprouts, some beets, some carrots. So I'm going to do some planning. I'm going to do an inventory, see what seeds we have, so what we can direct sow in this bed, and then also think about what we want to transplant. I think I'm probably going to get some starts because it's a little too late to start seeds inside for broccoli and things like that, and I'm just a little impatient. So I think I'm gonna end up just getting some starts for some of those, but for things like beets, you can direct sow them into the soil. So I think that's gonna be my plan. Our tomatoes in this raised bed are still doing really well. And I'll give you all a quick update. These marigolds are looking gorgeous. And my peas are coming up. So we have a couple pea shoots coming up, and hoping those will continue to grow and get a pretty big plant going. But our tomatoes are still producing pretty well. We have definitely been finding a lot of hornworms, so we're on the eye, we're on the lookout for some of those. But yeah, we've got some marigolds looking absolutely beautiful right now. Got some of this color variety as well. So lots of marigolds, tomatoes still growing strong, and we're gonna work on filling this raised bed soon. Chicken check-in. They really want me to let them out. I'm gonna let them out soon once we're working on filling up that raised bed. There's Miss Peggy back there. But unfortunately, I guess fortunately and unfortunately, we have a lot of hawks and things like that in the area, and these are a prime prey for those. So we only let them have their free roaming time when we're able to watch them. Over here we have a shaded wildflower patch that I planted a few months ago. It's been kind of hit or miss. We've had some random things come up, but I'm really hoping that by next year it's reseeded and really coming up strong. We have a bunch of these flowers coming up. I forget what they're called, but I will put it on the screen. So we have a bunch of these coming up. And then we also have some more marigolds, these ones a bit taller, coming in and looking absolutely beautiful. And we've been having a lot of butterflies and bees checking this area out. But I'm really hopeful that by next year this patch is doing really well. Hopefully everything will come back and reseed. This area is pretty shady, so I planted a specific wildflower shade mix. But I'm glad to see these marigolds are doing really well. There's something. Here is the raised bed all filled up. We were able to do a lot of branches and cardboard and stuff from the yard, and then got a bunch of topsoil, got about a yard of topsoil, and then We used all 3 of the bins of compost, mixed it in with the topsoil to kind of give it some more nutrient value, and then put some more topsoil on top. And I am about to get planting. And here's how it looks next to our original one. I'm so excited to have both of these full. I am super excited because I'm about to get planting in our second raised bed. We're gonna get a little bit of a fall garden going. It's September. It's finally starting to cool down a little bit. So I'm super excited to get a little fall garden going. We tried, it was like my first time last fall gardening, and I got so excited. We dug a little garden where the shade garden is that I showed before. And you hear me say shade garden because it does not get a lot of sun, and I wasn't really thinking about that when we first dug it out, and basically nothing grew. So I'm really excited to grow some fall crops this year and see what we can get going. So here's what we're gonna be planting. I got some starts. They're a little droopy because I forgot to water them this morning, so we're gonna give them a good water once they're in the ground. But these are Brussels sprouts, and these we're gonna do about 1.5 to 2 feet apart. So we'll plant some of these. They can tolerate the cooler weather and actually like the cooler weather. And then the other pack of starts that I got are some broccoli, and these are Green Magic. These we're gonna do about 2 feet apart. Now, these are gonna be really estimations on my part, and I'm not always the best about estimating any sort of distance. So we'll see how that goes, but it'll be fine. And then we're gonna direct sow some seeds as well. So what we're gonna direct sow are some beets. These are Detroit Dark Red. They should germinate within a week to 2 weeks, which is really exciting. And the days to maturity, it says it's 60. So excited to have some beets. I really want to pickle some beets. My roommate Michaela and I love pickled beets, so really excited about that. And then I also got some radishes. These are Sparkle White Tip, and radishes have a really quick growing time, 25 days until you have radishes, and you can plant them like an inch apart, which is super exciting. So I'm really excited to grow some of these. And then we also have carrots, and these take a little bit longer. They're about 70 days. And yeah, we'll thin these out once they have gotten a bit larger, but we'll plant them first. I've been trying to read, make sure I'm all set with my fall garden, and it looks like carrots really like a little bit more of a loose soil, so I'm gonna try and break up some of the soil in that area. But I'm super excited, and I'm gonna go ahead and get planting. So, I just double checked. The dimensions of this raised bed are 4 by 8. The actual kind of planting area, probably more like 3 by 7. So that means we could probably do a row here, or maybe I'll kind of go in sections for the broccoli and the Brussels sprouts, and then maybe kind of concentrate carrots and radishes because they can be a lot closer together, kind of in their own little section. Or I could do like in the middle or something like that. So if we did like one here, and then here, here and here. That's 4. And I have 6 of each, but I could always do like one kind of in the middle. And then do another row over there. And then maybe concentrate some of our littles. Or I could do 2, 2, 2. And then do it again. And then have radishes and carrots over here. Maybe that's what I'll do. And it looks like we'll just kind of see. Okay. Got my little tools. I'm thinking let's do broccoli first. And after we get everything in, we're gonna give everything a really thorough watering. Okay. Got our broccoli. Kind of loosen that up a bit. Make sure we're going deep enough. And in we go. Okay. Broccoli number 1 is in the bed. So they might technically be like slightly too close, but I'm thinking we're gonna go 2, 2, 2, and then do it again with Brussels sprouts, and then have them over here. And if that's a mistake, then, you know, we've learned together. And we can always pull one out later. Not worth agonizing over now. Loosen her up. Alright. They're looking a little droopy and sad right now, but they'll be fine. Broccoli in. We'll do another one like right here. These giant clumps. And Angie, my girl, is coming over to help. Oh, there she is. I was gonna say, I don't think y'all can see her, but there she is. Hi, Mama. We have some feral cats around our property right now, and we're in the process of trapping them all and getting them all fixed. It's a mom and 5 kittens. On honestly, we really want to trap Mom, but we have not successfully trapped her yet. We have trapped 2 of her kittens, and we are currently trying to get them adopted out. So we've gotten them fixed and vaccinated and are trying to get them socialized to see if we can get them adopted out into some good families. So if you're in the southeastern US and you have patience to adopt a kitten that has lived outside but is already on its way, the ones inside have already started purring and being really sweet and letting us pet them, so we knew they could get socialized, and we have definitely been right. Angie just got into the raised bed, and who knows what kind of havoc she's trying to wreak. So, gonna get her out of there. Ma'am, excuse me. Excuse me. Thank you. Angie is the most chill about us picking her up. When she was a chick, she was like extremely snuggly too. Okay, all the broccoli is in. Miss Girl. Hey now. Hey now. You can't eat marigolds. Those aren't good for you. You can eat the flowers, but see, she's very chill. But you don't need to be in there, my queen. You don't need to be in there. You can hang out with me if you want, but don't go eating our plants. Okay, so broccoli is in. Now we're gonna do Brussels sprouts the same way. This compost smells disgusting, but it's because it has a lot of good stuff in it. All right. Don't really need. There we go. First I thought I had this too low. Now she's a little too high. There we go. Hello? Ooh, get some compost up on top there. Okay. Brussels sprout number 1 is in. And Brussels sprout number 2 going in. That's a little closer than I wanted to. Let's move it down just a bit. Don't want everybody getting up in each other's business, you know? Are these rows the straightest things in the world? No, certainly not. But that's okay. I just always keep reminding myself of gardening things and anything new is that it's my first time doing it, and it's fine if I mess up good at first, because you're never gonna get good if you're not a little bad first, you know? Easier said than done, but we're working on it. Okay. Now, last Brussels sprouts, and then hopefully I have enough room for these radishes and carrots. Another Brussels sprout. She's in. Another Brussels sprout, and let's get our last one in. We heard a hawk earlier, so I'm just also trying to keep my eye on the sky, because we are letting the chickens roam right now. And last Brussels sprout in. Okay. So we've got our broccoli and Brussels sprouts, and we have this bit of the bed left. So there we go. I'm trying to think about how I want to use this last bit of space. So I'm thinking maybe we could do maybe some beets here, some radishes over there, and some carrots along the side. That's what I'm thinking. We'll try it. And luckily, the radishes especially should grow pretty quick, and then we can kind of change things up if we need to. Let's do these big old rocks. We're gonna get those out of there. Those aren't helping us. So I am going to do some beets, which should be about 2 to 4 inches apart. So we can use our space a bit more. I'm gonna put like 3 seeds in each spot, and then as they get a little bit, once they start growing, then we will thin them out to kind of focus on the stronger ones. So we've got one right there. And let's go about right here. And again, we're not aiming for perfection here. So got like 3 to 4 seeds in there. And another one right here. We'll do 3 to 4 in there. Dropped one. Okay, so we've got 3 here. And let's do another one here. And again, if this isn't the right thing, we'll find that out, you know? Another one here. Another one right there. Okay, 3 in there. I'm just taking out some of these rocks as I go. Okay, and we're gonna do one more row of these right here. 1, 2, 3. One here. 1, 2, 3. I think that might have been 4, but that's fine. And last one. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So that's gonna be it for beets. Now let's do our radishes. So we're gonna do those. Oh, the stick in here is driving me crazy. You just don't need to be in here, man. You really don't. Okay. So now over here, we're gonna do our radishes. Now, Mama, what are you trying to say? Just about an inch apart on these. Okay, starting like right here. All right, 1, 2, 3. And again, it's fine if you put like multiple seeds in the hole because we'll thin them out later. Can always be fixed later. And since these can be closer together, we can fit maybe 4 rows of these. And then if we really want to get nuts, we can just keep planting them for a continuous harvest, which is pretty cool. Okay. Again, another stick that made its way through. In there. And right here. They're in. And let's do one more row. And one more row. And we'll give these a good water. Okay, now along this side, you can't even see what I'm doing. Go this way. Along this end right here, we'll do carrots. Also, I didn't know that so many stores stop selling seeds like so early. Like, I went to several stores and none of them had seeds, but I did find these at our local feed and hardware store, which is great. And I would much rather support them than, you know, big box business or whatever. Okay. Could I wear gloves? Yes. But I just don't really care. Okay. So, carrots. I feel like the soil is loosely packed enough. Carrot seeds are so small. It is kind of insane. Like, it feels like you're touching literally nothing. And we're doing these like 2 to 4 inches apart. I'm gonna try and get 2 like full, I guess those wouldn't be rows, they would be more like columns of carrots. Because I just really love the idea of having a bunch of carrots with their big old carrot tops. Do, do, do. And again, if it works out, great. If it doesn't, we will try again later. And I am gonna give everything a big water. Okay, almost done. Okay. Just like thoroughly want to saturate everything. And we're done. Everything is planted. Gave everything a thorough watering. We'll see what germinates, what comes up, and go from there. But thank you so much for watching.